Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Doctors lift the lid on EMF health hazards. If you feel like your body's a little off, fatigued, brain fog, poor sleep, anxiety, or even hormonal balances, it doesn't make sense. You might be looking in the wrong places. You might be looking for something tangible like your diet, but it could be something you can't even see. It could be something that is in the air that we don't even understand. And those are the EMFs. So electromagnetic fields. They're everywhere. They're in your smartphones, your Wi-Fi, smart meters, Bluetooth devices, microphones, and even your laptop, even the power lines outside your home. We've accepted them. This is part of life. They're not going away. So really, the government's going to save us, and they wouldn't let us have these phones if they were bad for us, right? No, not necessarily. And that's the scary part. This kind of exposure did not exist a few decades ago, and now our cells are constantly being bombarded by man-made frequencies that disrupt how they function. And no one's talking about it. It's not just about radiation in the classic sense. We're dealing with something much deeper, and that's calcium channel dysregulation, mitochondrial breakdown. I always say you're only as healthy as your mitochondria, inflammation, and even damage to your little DNA. These dangers of EMFs are finally getting attention, and according to Dr. Connolly, emerging research links EMFs to a multitude of health concerns, ranging from just a minor headache to more serious illnesses like cancer and everything in between. And when you add to the burden of these EMFs, the other environmental toxins that we can't see, like the fluoride in the water, the bromide, the chlorine, the heavy metals, the microplastics that everyone's talking about, endocrine disruptors in our food supply, in our hair products, in our laundry detergent, all those things. The liver and the other detox organs and pathways become so overwhelmed they give up. Everything gets rattled, inflamed, and it accelerates chronic disease. And this is why we're seeing diseases in children that were never childhood diseases. They were only for adults, and now we're seeing them younger and younger. So what are electromagnetic fields? You can't see them, you can't hear them, but they're all around us, affecting us in ways beyond what you could possibly imagine. Our devices, computers, Wi-Fi routers, and even our appliances in the kitchen that are not turned on. But how many of you are holding on to this right now? Your cell phone. It's like your fifth appendage. It never leaves you. And if it's not in your hand, it's in your butt pocket, which is even worse, or in your bra, even worse, or up near your head and your brain, putting those electromagnetic fields right into your brain. That's why you never want to be on the phone without speakerphone. That's just a minor tip. But what about the kitchen appliances that are there and they're not even turned on? They could be wreaking havoc too. EMFs are created when the magnetic and electric fields collide. The electric part is where something is plugged in, even if it isn't turned on, and the magnetic field kicks in when the current starts moving, like when you're scrolling on your phone or heating up the microwave. Never use your microwave, by the way. Together, these invisible waves of energy can pass through your body. So even though we can't see them, they're going straight in, more so than our lotions and our shampoos. They're getting right in there. And they're doing it without us even knowing. So there are two main kinds of EMFs. The high frequency kind, including X-rays and the gamma rays, which are known for damaging cells and messing with DNA. Those are the ones we know about, right? You don't really want to go through the X-ray machine. You don't really want to get an X-ray at the dentist. But the less known ones are the low frequency ones coming from our phones, our laptops, our Wi-Fi. The damage from these are less apparent, but it's constant. We're not going through X-ray machines 24/7. It's on that one flight, right, across the country or whatever. But we are using it every day. our cell phones. We're using them as alarm clocks when we're sleeping and thinking, oh, not a big deal. It's just laying on the floor. Well, our cells were not meant to be exposed to constant low frequency EMFs 24/7 like they are now. And especially for our children don't know what life is without a cell phone. At least we might be able to remember those days when we didn't have cell phones, or they were this big and you never took them anywhere because they were so big and clunky. But they cause our cells to vibrate and misfire and mutate. So when they're vibrating, our cells are trying to match the frequency of the EMFs, which completely scramble them up, and it leads to chronic inflammation, insulin resistance. Without eating a morsel of sugar, you are driving up your insulin and blood sugar. Hormonal imbalances, constant estrogen dominance, testosterone's in the tank, but then it's getting all the way to cancer. And so you think about it, well, there's got to be a lot of damage that happens before you get that cancer diagnosis, right? You don't just get cancer one day. There's a lot of damage in between from zero to cancer. So the EMFs activate these channels in cell membranes known as voltage-gated calcium channels. These channels act as electrically controlled gates that allow calcium in and out of the cells. However, EMFs exert 7.2 million times greater forces on these gates than the forces on other charged group in the cells. That's a lot. And as a result of them being forced to open and stay open, excess calcium pours into the cells, causing issues like oxidative stress, inflammation, DNA damage, mitochondrial dysfunction. Those 4 things, whenever we talk about what makes you die, it's those 4 things: oxidative stress, inflammation, DNA damage, mitochondrial dysfunction. And then you'll see neurological and cellular damage, early onset of Alzheimer's, cancer, childhood leukemia, infertility. And those are just the big ones. What about the headache or the blurred vision or the skin breakouts? I get those. If I'm on my computer too long, my vision goes blurry. I get a headache, low-grade headache. You can't really even explain it. I'll get skin rashes. And I can even feel my gut kind of move in the wrong direction. So what do we do about it? Because this sounds heavy, because it is. And the good news is there are things you can do about it. The bad news, this is not going away. 6G is already in a couple countries. Okay, we're dealing with major ramifications from the jump from 4G to 5G, and 6G is already here. So how do you limit your EMF exposure? Number 1, hardwire. Instead of using Wi-Fi, hardwire every device you can with Ethernet connection. This includes your computers, laptops, tablets, baby monitors, smart TVs. That will eliminate the Wi-Fi connection altogether. I have my big computer on Ethernet. Now my laptop is not. So I'm not perfect. I'm learning. I'm trying to do all I can, but I understand it's overwhelming, and I'm in it with you. Number 2, though, this is so easy. When you are on this phone, don't ever have it not on speakerphone. When you're talking to someone, have it away from your body. If you're in a public place, don't make the phone call. Don't be rude, but don't have it up against your ear. That's your brain. You are literally putting a cancer target on your brain. So that's super easy. Switch to airplane mode when you're not using your phone. That's easy, especially at night. Ditch the wireless earbuds, and I've got to listen to this one too. I've minimized the amount I use them, but I still use them, and I need to stop. These Wi-Fi emitting devices right into your ears, close to your brain, once again, wreaking havoc on the brain. Keep the phones off your body. So there was a study that just came out that just 5 minutes of putting your phone on your lap causes blood clotting and clumping in that area. Just 5 minutes. You don't think it's doing more damage? What about putting it in your back pocket, or worse, in your bra? I used to do that. when you're going on a jog or a walk, you just stick it in your sports bra? Not anymore. Keep it off of your body. Turn off the Wi-Fi at night. You're not using it, right? You might as well cut it down those hours of exposure, and you're probably going to sleep better. Say no to the smart meters. We built a home, and I was told to do this. I'm like, I don't think I can call my utilities company. They're not going to listen to me. So I called him and I said, I'd like to replace the smart meter with the old analog. The person on the phone says, no problem. I should do this myself. Imagine that. The reason that they have smart meters is to cut their costs, but they've got the old ones. You might as well ask for it. Doesn't change your bill at all. You can also use what's called the harmonic shield EMF protectors. You can find those at acceleratedhealthproducts.com. They're little stickers that you stick on your computers, your phones, all your devices, and it lowers the EMF emissions. So those are some of the basics. Now, in addition to those tips above, you can use supplements. And these supplements I take daily. I will not go without them. And especially, I had to unfortunately have some dental work and some x-rays done for the first time in a long time. And you better believe I upped my dose of these supplements during that time. And I did not skip a beat. So, number one, acceleradine iodine. Radiation is known to downregulate the thyroid. And this is one other reason why I believe so many of you are suffering from slow metabolism, slow thyroid, and you never had those issues before. And this could be, that radiation could be one of the leading causes of hypothyroidism. However, most people are shocked to learn that iodine isn't just for the thyroid. So yes, it provides the 4 and 3 molecules of iodine for T4 and T3, your thyroid hormones. You cannot have a healthy thyroid without iodine. But also iodine helps clean out the halogens, the fluoride, the bromide, the radiation, the toxins from your thyroid. Radiation loves to attack the thyroid and all the cells in the body. So this helps get those things out, right? You need iodine for that cell membrane health, that iodolipid value of the cell membrane to make it flexible, to let the toxins out and the nutrients in. You need that iodine inside the cell in the mitochondria, increasing that ATP. Remember, radiation degrades your mitochondrial health. It kills your ATP. That's why you feel sluggish and tired and fatigued when you've been around too many electromagnetic fields. So the iodine helps boost that number up. But not all iodines are the same. And that's where you're going to get a lot of misinformation. People say, oh, if you take too much, it's going to backfire. Well, what backfires is the toxins that are in most iodine supplements that come from Asia. Asia has been radiocontaminated by Fukushima. So the sea kelp, the seafood, all of the iodine sources from Asia, not clean. So here you are taking a supplement to kick out radiation, and it's carrying radiation with it. Not good. The other thing is most other iodine supplements are bound to potassium or paired with a carrier that is not organic and it's contaminated. So even a nascent iodine that says it's paired with glycerin, which is thick and sticky, or a diluted alcohol that's non-organic, carrying other contaminants in that carrier and making your body more toxic, or being diluted with the glycerin or the lower quality alcohol that is making the absorption into the cells much less. So acceleradine iodine is the only one that is pure single atom iodine in a clean scalar enhanced base that your body can use right away in all cells. And it doesn't need to be broken down to be used by all the different parts of your body. It's then paired with 200 proof organic non-GMO alcohol, which allows for the highest bioavailability throughout the whole body. And it is so important to make sure that your iodine is paired with that clean 200 proof organic alcohol. Iodine helps clean the blood to let the liver do its job with its detoxification. It boosts the immune system. It kills the viruses, bacteria, parasites, all the things. Radiation disrupts your immune system. So then these bad bugs can start taking over and you get sick all the time. It also, like I said, increases the ATP in the mitochondria, and it helps with the hormonal balances. It helps with the estrogen and progesterone. It calms the nervous system. It also increases your mood, alleviates depression, detoxes the brain. And when you are struggling from sleep or adrenal fatigue issues, this can also help as well. Your adrenals are controlled by your thyroid. Your thyroid's the master endocrine gland. If it's not working with a lack of iodine, then your adrenals are going to suffer trying to give you the energy that your thyroid can't give you. And when your adrenals are tapped and you're under chronic stress, guess what? You use more iodine and more salt than normal. Now, to pair the accelerated iodine for the radiation to take it to another level, use the accelerated Nuke No More. This formula is designed specifically to help the body detox from harmful radiation. Yes, even from the EMFs. It's scalar frequency enhanced. It doesn't just work on a chemical level. It supports the body energetically. And with the amount of EMFs that we're exposed to, it is essential. It is designed to work with the accelerated iodine. So you take your first dose of iodine in the morning. Immediately after you take your Nuke No More, 12 drops, tastes like water, super easy for dogs, children, elderly, because it doesn't taste like anything. And then you wait 12 minutes, and it would be great if you could follow up with the accelerated ancient salt. That plumps up the blood with 62 minerals to flush out the toxins. It also helps mitigate any detox flu symptoms that you might get if you are super toxic. Now, lastly, though, is the accelerated liver care. We're only as healthy as our liver. Our thyroids are only going to function well if our liver is, and our livers are suffering from not just the EMFs, but from all the other toxins I just talked about. It is needed for that healthy liver or thyroid function and for that EMF detox. So in your liver is where your T4 gets converted into the free T3, your active thyroid hormone. So if your liver's sluggish, congested, overworked, your thyroid is not going to do its job. And this is going to help with all those toxins, even the toxins in your food. This is a combination of 13 very carefully chosen herbs that work synergistically together to detox, rebuild, and reset the liver. We use herbs from only the highest quality sources in the exact ratios that we got the most life force or energy or chi out of the formula to do the best work. It helps clear out those toxins, clears out the excess estrogens, supports the bile flow so you can eliminate waste more effectively. And we have played around with the ratios, like I said, to get the most optimal ratio of the different herbs. Most liver supplements sprinkle dust a little bit of an herb so that they can put that on the label and you really don't know what you're getting. So the combination of accelerated iodine, accelerated Nuke No More, accelerated ancient salt, and accelerated liver care are your go-to for this modern world where we are being bombarded. We are not going to be able to avoid these EMFs. We can mitigate them. We can lower our exposure a little bit. We cannot turn back time, but it's just moving forward whether we like it or not. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it was eye-opening. And even if you can't see these EMFs, hopefully you're starting to pay attention to them. So thanks for tuning in to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta. I hope today's episode gave you the tools and inspiration to take the next step. Head to SaraBantaHealth.com for the health articles. I've got lots of them on radiation. You can join the free group coaching on Telegram, and that link is on the website as well. You can shop these supplements at acceleratedhealthproducts.com. Use coupon podcast10 for your first order. And if you liked what you heard today, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, share with some of your tech addicted friends. And by doing so, you will help this podcast reach more people. You can find this podcast on all outlets, including Spotify, Apple, YouTube, E360, iHeartRadio, Amazon, and over 100 different platforms. Remember, I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.